time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
LB, yeah, my guy. There he is. I'm waiting for it. Watch it. Live TV at its finest. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week of your show. My name is Gary, and this is still, as far as we know, the only show originating live from Saskatoon, Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. Network viewing is what it used to be called, and we're bringing it back, and we're so proud to be doing it with you. We also have a camera that people come from far and wide to check out, a camera that has slowly taken over the internet. That camera is the Maggie Cam. There she is. Look at that. Yeah, it's your time, girl. Well done. We got our post removed there. We got Jake the Snake ready to go. The snake plant. He's a very, very mean-spirited plant, so we don't let him talk anymore. But Maggie, she is our star. The Maggie Cam is for our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you walk into those magical doors, your day just gets better. You're greeted by Margaret's beautiful boyfriend, Leroy, just like she does here. Leroy does over there. Leroy takes you up to the till. You say hi to Mike and or Rochelle, and then while you're there, you do some amazing shopping. Check out the brand new buckle-up collars and leashes and so much more. They got the toys. They got the gear, everything you need, including the greatest cleaning station in the history of pets, okay? We are about to roll over into a very muddy season, so puppers will need a lot of cleaning, and they got the best one in the world there for you, all right? They're also open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten, Shar, and Chris. All of that and so much more is waiting for you over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Good job, Marge. You did it, buddy. Woo! Happy short week. We're back into it. Tuesdays around here, they involve two of our favorite people. One guy who is still not with us this week. He's going to take one more week off, and he should be back next Tuesday. That is the great Uncle Mike from all of the Uncle Mike's All Natural Products. So we do have the other half, the All Out of Angst podcast. That half, we know him from all the bands. It is my good friend, Matt Cuthbertson! And you got the diamond. You see that? The diamond transition? That
always the best fades with LB.
LB brings it. So much so that I think we're going to call him up here now. Ladies and gentlemen, the other half of the roundtable, filling in for Uncle Mike, the co-host of The Viewing Room, the greatest show on this network. It is LB! My man! Nuzzle in there. Nuzzle right in there. I'm going to get us a nice, good look at it. How you doing, LB?
I am doing it.
What were your scores like over on Guitar Hero there? You were ripping it
I
pretty
actually
good.
beat my high score on Story of My Life by Social Distortion.
Congratulations.
Got over 300,000 on it.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Are you good enough to chase world records yet, or is that just unheard of?
I actually tried to do a world record speed run, just speed running the career mode.
Yeah.
And I realized that I can't do it on PlayStation because most of these people are doing it on like Xbox or something, which the load times are still way faster than a PS2.
Blame it on the lag time.
Every time, man.
Yeah.
Tried and tested excuse right there.
No,
I mean, the songs are at a set length, right? Like,
Yeah.
so like that's the thing is it's all about being able to beat it first try and the boss battles and your load times. So
Check it out. Dufferin Ave Media on Twitch. A lot of fun. We're getting more and more going on there. We're actually going to have River City Ransom going today, but Uncle Brando's truck wouldn't start because it was still is so cold. So we had our friend Jason here who's going to check it out. So be looking for that. We also have a new member of the family, ladies and gentlemen. How cool is this? See that? Ooh, ooh, that right there is our friend Mably Llorente. Mably Llorente with TMG. They got the motto, think outside the branch. You can check out the banner as well going on the bottom. We got them on the back screen. Phone number 306-370-5805. Again, our friend Mably Llorente with TMG. That's the mortgage group. Check them out. They're always thinking outside the branch. And if you want to be like them, you want to join in on this party, we got it all going on. And we have it all here for you. And the best part is I think it's really cool. You think it's really cool. Dragon, not so much.
No.
Not so much, and that's okay. Because, we're family. And sometimes families have little arguments, but when I see something like this pop up, I say, that's beautiful. What do you think about that?
Fantastic.
You were rowing it before you want to row it again?
Oh, definitely.
Row, row, row your email gently down the screen. Merrily, merrily, maddily, maddily will be funny. Oh, see you later. He's out. Contact
Oh, I'm the
dufferinav.com.
wrong way. I made it. I don't even know which way it goes.
We also have a website, and I love this one because I'm getting really good at this. I can just give her the old...
Oh, that logo's way too big. Way too big.
I think it's spaced almost too perfectly.
I'm fine with it.
Oh, see, I go over
I
here.
made it. I'm fine with it.
Check out the website. Let me get it out of here. Hit us up. Get in contact. Get in touch. Let's grow together. We are the official voice of Saskatoon. You've probably noticed lately, no one's local anymore. And it's a real issue. And when people want to target Saskatoonians, we are the place to go because that's all we do. We are hyper-local. We live and we breathe inside this community just like you. And when you come on board, we're telling people just like you about businesses just like yours. And that's what this is all about. So again, big thank you to our friends with the team, with Mobley, because it's very fun and exciting to continue to grow and move. There's that banner. Look at that. Beautiful done. Huge shout out to Network Ryan for getting all that together for us, and Royal Anders helping out, and LB, and everybody coming together yet again to be able to do these incredibly cool things. Whew. Out of breath.
Oh, man,
I get out of breath, and then I get tired, and then I try to breathe, and true professionals never talk about that. But we're not true professionals here. We're real human beings. That's what makes us stand out. That's why we go live, so people can see mistakes and realize it's okay to make them. I feel like I'm preaching in a pulpit. Stop me. Hey, it's like,
No,
what's that?
please continue. I have so much to learn, Mr. Gary.
Is that the mask? Somebody stop me. I feel like Jim Carrey right now. Who is that? Cameron Diaz. You ever see The Mask?
I did about, what,
It's been a long
25,
time.
30 years
Yeah,
ago?
it doesn't get as much love as the rest of Jim Carrey's movies, but I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. You a Mask fan?
I feel like it wasn't
I don't
my
think I've
favorite.
even seen it.
Yeah, no one talks. Okay, moving on. Jeez, tough crowd today.
Yeah.
For a movie guy, I should have seen it.
Well, hey, speaking of, I see a banner up there. What
Yeah.
was released today? What movie did
The
you guys do?
Outsiders.
Ooh,
Like,
nice.
The Outsiders?
Is
Is that the-
Homeboy?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Sharks and the Jets?
Nice.
Like, what am I thinking?
Well, Ponyboy is correct.
Yeah.
Is it
But-
not like the two? I'm thinking of something where they're battling gangs
Yeah, that's what it is.
and they're
that's what you're
dancing and
thinking of.
singing.
Yeah. No, that they don't. There's no singing in this one.
Hmm.
I just feel like Erin's the movie buff.
She
I
would
need
know.
her here so she
Yeah.
can be like mouthing words of what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to say because I just don't have
That's fair.
anything
Yeah.
to add.
You gotta.
I just-
Welcome to my
it's
life.
just-
I know.
If it was about two monkeys like shooting rocks, like, that's what my brain's got going on and all the time. So
I think that's most of us. Any synopsis, real quick, or any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean it's got like so many stars in Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise,
This is the one I was thinking.
what's his name? I'm losing it. Patrick Swayze, Robert Macchio, like
Ralph.
basi-
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio. Sorry.
Lightning.
Yeah.
yeah, Martone.
like
Yeah.
Martone.
all
Crossroads,
those
baby.
guys, and most of them before they were really
Yeah.
stars. So the acting is a little bit shaky at times.
What would it be? 70s came out.
83 it
83?
came out.
How's the soundtrack
So,
in that?
It's good. It's a lot of fun. Like I found it a lot of fun anyway. And yeah, it's a good movie. I think we both rated around like a 7 or 8.
That's pretty
so
high for you guys.
It's no, it's
like
about
that.
average, I think.
Well, lately there was a couple twos in there.
No, only one.
Little flight risk.
Oh yeah, no, we don't
Don't
we
talk
speak
about
of that.
that.
We don't speak of that.
That's fair. So I just realized I was probably mixing the Outsiders with the Warriors. Hey, Warriors come out and play.
With
Yeah,
the, with the
the beer
bottles.
clankers,
Oh, man,
yeah.
that's
I don't even think there was any singing or dancing in that one either.
awesome. Oh yeah.
This is why we don't do the movie review
Yeah.
show. This is it. That's why we have professionals.
I don't really
I'm
watch that
definitely
many
not
movies, and when I
professional.
do, I passively watch them.
That's right.
Definitely
How-
not professional. That's why we like doing it. It's because it's not professional reviewers.
Look at you go. That's how you stand out, isn't it? Be different.
Well, we're
It's like
trying to
we're
review
learning.
it from like an audience perspective. Like we're just
Yeah.
another fan, right? Like, are you going to enjoy this?
How do you think our sweet, beautiful birthday dragon's holding up in Edmonton?
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to know what day he was going water sliding because he said he's booked in to
Oh,
go
yeah.
water
Water
sliding.
sliding?
Yeah,
Did
I
he
want
get
him to
it?
send
we
us some
should
videos.
we should zoom him in. No. He gets back tomorrow? I think.
I think yeah. So they
Yeah.
probably already happened.
Did you get one of those like astronaut rooms or? Like that?
I don't think they got a
Cowboy
theme room.
No theme room?
Probably
I don't think
not.
so. I think they were staying off campus.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Either way,
We're a
we
bunch
love
of
you, Dragon, and we
broke
miss
almost.
you.
Well, he's not a teenager anymore. I was gonna say we're a bunch of broke teenagers, but
Yeah,
we don't have the money to
it's-
stay.
The moment you turn 20, you are no
That's
longer
it.
Yeah.
broke. That's
Yeah.
not a thing. Just ask
You-
any of us.
You make sure you stay tight on that. 'Cause
Oh,
we don't have
yeah,
anyone
I
guiding the ship
guess
in there to
there's a small
ride
matter
our.
of that.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all good.
I'm just fairly timid.
How have you been? You stayed warm at work?
Yeah, I've just been doing way too much work, and then
Then you go home and do all the work at
well,
home
yeah, I
because you're
started
moving.
ramping up with the moving, and then like we're booking more shows. Untimely's booked another one in Alberta.
Woo!
There's a Regina into one. These ones are all about to be announced, so we'll announce them as. But they're starting to add up now, so now I'm like, oh, I should really get through it. So Into Eternity, we've got Tim gave me the set list. And I think it's 14
Nice.
songs. I've got 13 that I'm comfortable with now. So like that's pretty
That's
ahead of
pretty good.
pretty ahead of the game.
Pretty good. I
And
like
then-
that.
Yeah, and then with Untimely Demise, we got our guitar player, our new guy, and he's coming along. He's about halfway through the Untimely set that he's
Nice.
working on, so that's nice. And then
We have concert coming up. We're gonna make it a damn concert we've been talking about.
that's June 7th.
June,
one.
perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, so we have to I want to get posters
Yeah,
up on here
yeah.
too, as well as we continue to grow and promote. So that's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
That's the Untimely, Raven Witch, and Endless Chaos.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's gonna be good.
gonna be
Raven
sick.
Witch, first time playing as a 4-piece, which is cool. And
Yeah.
we just wrote a new, pretty sweet song
Hell
last
yeah.
week, so it's always nice to have the new music. But yeah,
Absolutely.
everything's coming along, and I'm just trying to like keep that anxiety. Like it's so easy to get the anxiety, when you see like the future and there's like a bunch of shows and a bunch of things.
Yep.
And unless I'm like 100% prepared, which I never feel like
Yep.
I am,
Yeah.
then that anxiety starts building. So I like try and get ahead of the game. So
Yep.
I just
like-
make.
when we first get our music festival schedule, so there's two portions that I do. There's musical theater and there's classical.
Of course.
And when the musical theaters normally you got about 3 weeks in between, but then sometimes they make it less. And like there was one where we had like 1 week in between. You get that, you're a couple months out, and you're like, oh crap, like now I've got like I got to learn all this stuff in a week in between or relearn it all.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Now take
Yeah.
that and throw in purchasing a home.
yeah, exactly.
You picked
right?
a great time, buddy.
so much stuff
I know,
going on.
yeah, and moving.
Congratulations,
and all this
yes.
stuff. But it's good. It means forward progress in
That's
my
right.
life, and
That's it.
at some point I had to kind of become an adult,
Hey.
or at least
Try
associate with
to.
Aaron, who is an adult.
Yeah. See, I walk around here a lot with no adult supervision.
I was just
It's
gonna
like,
say
yeah.
you're
It's-
not speaking to the right
that's
people
why
about
we
this.
vibe pretty good, and
Yeah.
although you're much younger, you're intellectually probably a little bit higher up still, but we're close
I don't know.
enough.
I don't know.
That's fair. That's
My mother
definitely-
would definitely not agree with you on that.
But it is exciting because we've talked about how we're trying to get some sort of a music division going with this place, and we have songs that are ready to sort of release and put out there to the world, and we have things we want to do. At the same time, life is always just piling on over and over and over again. So like you say, if you don't just do it, you'll never do it.
And that's why with All Out of Angst, with the music we're putting out, I think that's going to be continued to be a thing. Like, so next week I actually have 5 days off because the way it's worked out, I've pretty much worked almost all of February so far. And then now
When it's the coldest snap in
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
yeah, very well done.
but so on those 5 days, I'll do my practicing of stuff. But that would be a good day where maybe try and
Sit down and
write
start
a
working
new,
some
a new
stuff
song
out.
for
Yes.
us or whatever, just to get that momentum going.
Yeah,
Because
and
I
just-
really do enjoy that and having that outlet of getting to write the music.
Yeah,
still, 'cause
and it's
I,
fun, dude. It's so fun.
oh, it's so damn fun.
Yeah,
Man,
that's,
I
and that's
love-
what we need.
And just that type, like when we had the recording the vocals
Oh,
in here,
the
just, like,
harmonies,
the
the
energy, when
harmonies.
when you're recording and stuff, it's just
When the
that's-
guy
that's what
walks
I
out of the
live for.
booth and you get the oh,
Yeah.
after you nail it and you put it all off. Yeah,
Not like my first recording sessions with Mike Portman when we were doing our punk album, and you
No.
play it as perfectly as you think you can play it, and then you get this flat monotone. Are you gonna keep that one? You're
sure
just
you
like,
want that?
I guess maybe, maybe not.
you sure you want to go with that one?
Yeah.
Have we actually
I thought
released
it-
that song that you
Not
guys
yet.
No, we
finished?
have not.
I want to give it the proper build up, right? And I also have a song by The Abyss. Shout out to Amer, who's coming over tonight as well. And I figured out who dropped this off. So you will not believe this, you guys. This shirt, check this out. Look at that. Rest in
Oh.
peace. We got an Undertaker. Now, if you remember Friday, we were hanging out. Hardcora brought in a gift that she had got for me for my birthday because she's like the master of gift giving. All she does is give the best gifts to everybody. She's just incredible. She comes in here and she gives me a gift. Well, there was already a gift that got dropped here by a mysterious person.
Yeah, see, I was walking in and this guy dropped it off, and you have so many friends that I can't keep track of them all, and so I wasn't sure who it was, and then
Yeah, and so
Just a guy dropping off a random package. It's all good.
normal around.
Yeah,
here.
right?
It had a little bit of a powdery substance.
No,
but
no,
it's fine.
we check. We make sure. That's why we get LB to accept all mail, just in case something like that happens.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows how to act appropriately when threatened. So I end up opening the one, and I open up the other one. And now, what are the odds of two totally random, no reason gifts being given in the same day at the exact same time on air during a show? It was an Undertaker shirt and an Undertaker shirt.
No.
The same time.
What?
So I had to put
you
one on the.
Had you been talking up Undertakers?
Everyone knows I'm a big
Yeah,
Taker fan, and everyone knows I had my Rest in Peace Undertaker shirt for literally till my 30th birthday when it got torn off me.
As
at
they
the-
usually did.
at the 30th, or at 4th Street for the 30th birthday, when I was talking to the mayor of Yorkton as he was leaving, because he said I can no longer be here because fireworks had fell down. They were shooting into the crowd that was out front of the house while my shirt was getting torn off because the boys decided it was time. The shirt used to have immunity. It was the only shirt no one could tear. But we figured, well, best time probably we're going to have for a while is just give it the tear. So we tore it up. I still have the rags of the old shirt in the house hanging up. It was such a monumental shirt that I had stolen unintentionally from my friend Tim Horseman when I was doing news and sports in Slave Lake, Alberta for Cat Country KWA. And I'll never forget. He said, make sure you give it back. I was like, yep. And then he just disappeared, and I never got a hold of him again. So if you're out there, Tim, I got your shirt still. It's a little bit torn.
Slight wear.
a little piece of it. But to have one shirt from Hardcore and to have another one from our best buddy, Big Boy from Deneb Finishing.
That's who it
Yeah.
was.
That's who it was. And I got a message saying, hey, did you get my gift? And instantly I was like, nobody knew who it was. It was a mystery. So to Big Boy, we love you. Thank you for building the tooth booth. Thank you for building this.
And that's one that I should have
beautiful-
recognized because we
You've
worked
seen
on
him.
building all
That's
this whole
right.
thing. So
He's one of the OGs like you and
Yeah.
I. And the amazing, beautiful Paperboy set is just all this stuff. It's such a gift. So thank you again to Big Boy and Deneb Finishing. He's coming over tonight to do some more NES opening as we inch further to breaking records. We were checking. He still has 6 records with Twin Galaxies, but Twin Galaxies isn't looked at as an official record keeper anymore, with speedrun.com taking over. So there's a lot of stuff in between. So I basically told him it's time to just get all those records back. So as the Twitch stream continues to grow and build, that's going to be some of what we are going. We did put last week our best ever combined score together. I think we shot a -47, which is unheard of. for
the
two
records,
players.
like how close do you need to get to the top? Like top hundo or?
Well, if you want to be a record holder, you go number
I
one.
mean, we're a record holder.
Oh, just
You're a
that.
record holder in Dusty Diamonds,
That's
right?
right.
Number
All-Star
one.
Softball, Dusty
So you're
Diamonds
under,
for the
like,
Nintendo.
Second place is the first loser.
Yeah,
type
if
stuff?
you go right now to speedrun.com and you look up Dufferin Ave Media, you will see, unless someone, I haven't checked it.
I haven't checked it in a
yeah.
long time.
Oh man,
I
So I'm
don't.
gonna
I
do
don't
this.
think we would have. I don't think enough people play that one to.
that's
Yeah.
how we got the record.
Yeah, exactly right. I think the one before that was like 2 years old or something. So
Yeah, and we were the
And we
fifth
beat it
one to
by a
try.
fair bit,
We
too.
destroyed. Yeah, you were there. You were in
Yeah.
the house. You saw it. It was so cool. So I'm just gonna pull this up here. As far as records go, have you ever held a record for anything? Be it a world record or just a record in general?
I would say the closest thing would be when they almost when I knocked my tooth out doing a 360 flip and I put it back in and it stayed alive for
That's
a
a
couple of years
record.
and they almost
That's a record.
wrote like a medical journal on it and then it started going black. So I'm gonna say that's probably the closest I've ever had to having a record.
That's pretty good.
I have a large record collection.
Hey, I like that. What about you? Have you ever held a record before?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Very interesting. Because I can say Dragon has. Dragon had one once. Phenom as well. I believe he still holds his. So we currently have 3 world record holders, 2 currently right now. So if you look at this, and check this out. I'll pull this up to the screen there too. Number 1, gold medal.
Oh,
Dufferin
look at
Ave
that.
Media.
Canada #1.
Isn't that amazing? Beat it by 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I just got just to show it off here again. Fifth got to try it. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Oh, that's gonna work.
No, the focus isn't gonna pull.
Focus. Anyway, where's the red one?
You can go see it for yourself.
There it is.
Dusty
Yeah,
Diamonds
website.
All-Star Stuff Ball.
There it is. Yeah, the old Dusty Diamonds. So, world records are fun. That's the point of this story, and we like to.
I guess
break
maybe
them all
with
the time when we
Uncle
stream.
Brando's Xbox 360, I might be able to break a Guitar Hero record.
Oh,
'Cause now we got
yeah.
We'll see. Gotta look
I'm
into
very
it.
excited.
I think the record is like 2 or some hours or something. But I was going for it, and I was like an hour and a half in. I'm like, this isn't working. What's going on? Then I looked at some of the other records. I'm like, yeah, that's.
You're
yeah,
missing
that's
little
how.
tricks, eh? Little
Yeah.
tricks and little things.
Yeah. And then your wrist too starts getting tired.
I
'cause
play
you're
one
playing
song
on-
and my fingers don't go anymore.
Yeah.
It's way too hard, but I believe in you. So all that fun going on with the Twitch channel as we continue to grow that, and looking forward to being on there a lot more, which is very, very cool. Okay, you are the professional when it comes to the All Out of Angst portion. Check it out as we do post them anywhere you find your audio podcasts, and we record it within this realm. Now, without Uncle Mike, we've sort of just been letting it go as he continues to heal. And again, all the love to him and his beautiful family. You, my friend, do a little bit of prep every now and then, and you got some really cool stuff going on here.
And by prep, you mean like half an hour before?
Yeah.
I'm like, I should probably think
Yeah.
about something.
You walk in, you say, "So, what are we talking about?" I look up, it's like, "Oh, 5 minutes to showtime." I'm like, "Oh, what do you got?"
So yeah, this is 3/4 of an idea, but maybe only 50% of that's actually tangible.
Hey, you know what? That's why we bring in
Yeah.
LB. LB can fill the other end.
So yeah, it
I don't know.
started with Gene Simmons saying that rock and roll is dead, and that the reason hip hop is successful is because that it's selling a lifestyle, and right now, and that's how it's connecting or whatever. And I don't know if that's the full gist of it, but then it got me thinking. I'm like, well, punk and metal it's going through a little bit of a phase where it's it always ebbs and flows as far as popularity and how prominent it is. But I feel like both of those genres, like punk and heavy metal, they sell the lifestyle. And then even something like classical music, that's a lifestyle. Like when you're into classical music, there's certain things that go with it too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't necessarily. And then as far as it being dead, like I was saying to you, Ozzy Osbourne's final show, he sold it out in 3 days at a soccer stadium. Like
Yeah.
that's there's still
There's a song that I'm probably gonna look like an idiot for not remembering immediately, but like "Rock and Roll Will Never Die" or something. There's a song about that, isn't it? Like there's a rock song.
yeah.
Which one is it?
Oh, there's probably been a bunch.
Um,
You talking like a really big time one?
yeah, there was a big one, or at least it was big in my. I don't remember what it was called, but
Well, we could sit here and ponder that forever. But lots of, to get back to
Hold
your
on.
point where you're at, yeah, you go get it, dog. With all of that in mind, and you talk about sort of the culture that goes with the music type. And like, for instance, like punk rock, always associated with skateboarding and snowboarding and like extreme sort of sports.
Yeah, and then you had those DV8s and all of those types of concerts where they would have, motocross and
Doing jumps over
like,
this,
and,
yeah.
And I always liked that. And even I'd mentioned to you too the whole Jackass thing, where they were into skateboarding
Yeah.
and then they were
Well,
in
CKY, remember CKY?
yeah. And then the whole like pranking culture. Like I even remember.
God,
think
I
it
don't
was-
know how any of our testicles made it through that sort of phase.
Oh,
Like,
Did you
remember,
ever-
you go everywhere and someone, like, just because it was part of it, not shots.
Oh,
Jackass, boom, like speed bag. Come on.
what were
Ugh.
the go-to pranks that are you can tell? Like, did you have any go-to? Like,
Man, we did. I had a couple buddies who did some of that Jackass stuff.
we
And
definitely did.
yeah, like guys on the front of hoods and then speeding into shrubs and then slamming the brakes and sending them in.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
Dangerous.
I-
Very dangerous.
I know a couple of my high school buddies. They went in full hockey gear and they ran into the 7-Eleven on 8th Street and then just did a full-on brew.
We were
and, like,
so bad, man.
But yeah, I know a
Ugh.
lot of the like saran wrap pranks, like putting the saran wrap tight on the toilet seat, so you go to take a leak and then it sprays all over.
Ah.
Um,
There's a
yeah.
lot. You figured it out?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I was gonna say that hasn't fully gone away too. I mean, we still do
The
stupid shit like
Jackass
that.
culture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was bad though, like really bad when it
Wow.
was like peak.
and
And
I
we were
know-
in
Well,
the
they
middle
just
of it.
came out with the new Jackass movie a couple years ago, didn't they? Like
Yeah,
2.4. or
Not that
something.
long.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't watch it. I feel like it could be I've grown up a little bit, or two. Just
Yeah.
there was the whole like what's his name?
Knoxville or
He's got problems with alcoholism right now.
Bam Margera?
Bam.
Yeah.
That whole thing. There was like he wasn't invited, and I just felt like there's some negativity.
Oh yeah, with the new. That's right, because he was
I was like, there's a taint to it.
because it was filmed during COVID. Because I remember I watched it, and that was a big part of it was showing like they were all getting tested and everything every day on set and everything like that.
Ugh. How could
Yeah.
you even do a show like that during COVID?
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
'Cause
Like-
they-
Hey, they're guys doing crazy stunts. They probably don't care that much about
That's a
getting
great
COVID, right?
point.
Like
Probably the big prank.
that's probably
was-
the big
Yeah.
stunt.
Hey, we're doing this, and it's COVID. And
Yeah.
that's like the big scary
Yeah,
part.
exactly.
Oh, jeez. Interesting. But the music that goes along with that genre.
with punk rock.
Yeah.
And again, like I remember going to at the time, maybe it was Riley's or maybe it was the next gen. I don't think it was Matriarch yet, but I know Steve-O and Preston and they all came to Riley's. They had like a punk
They
rock
did a show.
band that had opened up the show. So it was like you go there, you see a punk rock band, and then they do the things where Steve staples his nuts to his leg and all the classics.
Horrible stuff,
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, I just
Oh.
like that was a case where it was still like, you've got the music, but then you've got all these other aspects, and it ties together
That
to
comes
be a
into
lifestyle.
one nice package, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we talk about the different stuff. And the reason this sort of came up, you were saying, is because of, again, the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah,
And Kendrick Lamar representing hip hop and culture and sort of bringing a spotlight to all of these different genres and what kind of culture, they currently represent.
and that's the thing with a lot of those hip hop guys too. Like when they made their first money on their albums, then they invested it into things that are lifestyle brands that again go with the music. So I know 50 Cent, he had his vitamin water, and then he has had successes and failures since then. And,
G-Unit. I just got into Fitty, man. He's my guy right now.
oh yeah,
Love me some Fitty.
So I'm curious because we were talking about this on our damn big watch party for the Super Bowl.
so
We were talking about what you would want to see as a halftime show. So what would be your halftime show?
Here we go.
what would be my halftime
If you
show?
could pick it.
Well, like I'm saying, the obvious one for next year, the Metallica
Beach Boys.
in
Oh, sorry.
in San Francisco.
I thought you were gonna say Untimely or
But
something.
I also would like to see too, like kind of maybe mashing two genres and really making it work. Again, like if Kendrick Lamar, and then if there was like a big guitar band and they kind of like melted their music.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
something like that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And I did like how with the Kendrick Lamar they brought Samuel L. Jackson in and like bringing,
That was so out of left field.
It was
But
crazy.
it's a cool idea, like bringing a movie star and adding it to your show, like just something different, anything that's
Not only
I
that,
haven't seen.
Like one of the biggest movie stars ever, and have him literally represent America as a whole, like Uncle Sam, Uncle Samuel L. Jackson. There were so many layers to all of the meaning and messages that were baked into that performance. It's very interesting. And I've sort of flip flopped a lot on it as I learn more about it.
Yeah.
And like one of the coolest things I've heard about now is like the whole point of that performance was to say to the world, and like the world, like the elites and all the people that say, hey, you can't represent black culture on this world stage. And it was like a big middle finger to everybody who told Kendrick you can't do it. I'm like, I can get behind that. Like that's freaking awesome. And the Uncle Sam, like Sam Jackson character in there, like they were talking about the game that you play as a performer. And that's why he literally said, take away one life. Like they just like killed that whole thing. Like, you can't do that. It was too ghetto, and take away one life, like punishing you for not going with the grain. Like there's a lot of meaning in that. I feel like you missed my Beach Boys trip there. I was trying to take you back to last week when
I was like, I have talked
I
about
was
the
dying
Beach.
on
I have
it so
talked
much.
about the Beach Boys.
Dragon
so much.
was sitting over there, and he
Yeah.
was in here, and he was
Yeah.
getting like,
And,
"Ugh."
Beach Boys are coming to Saskatoon.
To quickly
Huge.
reiterate
It was
why
so
I didn't
good.
think that like there's only a couple of the
That's what I was
not,
gonna say.
not
that's the
like,
mic drop.
main
It would have been a
characters.
cover band.
They
that
haven't
was
put
the mic
out
drop.
music
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
40, 50
Right.
years.
Yeah.
They're not relevant. I remember my like mom and sister, I think, went and saw them at like Golden Eagle Casino or some like casino, like 900-person room. So like if that's what they're commanding,
Yeah.
I don't think that's Super
Well,
Bowl.
that's the thing.
The songs are great,
Yeah.
and I did actually
Everyone's
listen
fans.
to Pet Shop Sounds the next day at work, and I was
Of
like,
course.
these songs are
So
great.
good.
Yeah.
I'd still like. Yeah, I don't think Super Bowl should be a cover band like that.
Yeah,
Like it should
that
be the
was-
original artist,
Yeah.
right? Like.
Then that was when Dragon won, but I had to obviously defend my side because nobody wants to sit here and listen to everyone agree with everything. So I played the bad guy, and I was like, well, I think there's a lot of people here, and went back and forth, and I gave Dragon a lot of credit for standing his own and sticking to his guns. He did great. He continues to grow on the mic, and I'm so proud of that little birthday boy. So good.
Yeah, because the one I'd say, if we're gonna bring like a relic band or whatever, the one, if it would be possible, like I know ABBA has been offered $1 billion. They've been offered $1 billion to tour, and they turned that down. But if for some way you could get them to play the Super Bowl,
ABBA would be
that would
amazing.
be something. And
That
again,
would be
because
phenomenal.
although they haven't put out new music in a long time,
Dude, they don't have
they're
to. They're so
relevant
good.
in the sense that there was like all of the like theater stuff. There's Mamma Mia. There was the movies. Like
Man.
so, it's been
Well, and also everybody knows the music. There's
Yeah.
one of those timeless bands where you talk to
That's it,
anybody and
man.
they know the music.
Dude, the 1990 Crown Vic that I got from my grandpa to my brother to myself. One of that 4 tapes, I had 3 tapes in there. One of them was ABBA's greatest hit. And
what
like
was a Bread greatest hit, or is that something else?
that was family growing up. So
okay.
Anthology of Bread was
Okay.
the tape, and yeah, that's a whole nother story. It was American Graffiti, Anthology of Bread, Led Zeppelin 4, and the CCR. Best greatest hits. Those were the 4 cassettes we had in the Suburban whenever we went anywhere, and they were just banging.
That CCR greatest hit. That's
So
one
good.
that if it gets stuck in your CD player, could be worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And playing cassettes in vehicles was always so cool too. I miss that. Fast forwarding, rewind to the right part. Then this when you get in and you know that you have a set on a song, like you start up and then something in the air tonight, the stars were bright, Fernando, and you're like, okay, I can take and you
Yeah.
start going. Like it's so good.
It's gonna be a good
ABBA
day.
is so good. Now, would you take ABBA over Metallica in Metallica's hometown?
Well, I'm a metalhead, so I'm gonna go Metallica. But
In their hometown, like this,
Yeah.
and this seems like another one of those little Wayne situations where Wheezy is from New Orleans. He was the guy that everyone thought was going to end up doing it, but since that jabroni Hova is running these halftime shows, he took his position and said, "No, we don't like you, Wheezy. We're giving it to this guy. This is our guy." So they bring him in. So do you think a Jay-Z would understand the power that is in seeing Metallica perform in their hometown?
I would think so. And you gotta also like if this year they did more of a hip hop focused genre, it would make sense.
It would make sense to
just
spread it
switch
around.
it up.
Switch it up.
The
Yeah,
same
sure.
way that me and Uncle Mike tend to switch chairs every other time.
Yeah.
You got to keep it equitable.
Teamwork. That's right. Absolutely.
I mean, I still think like also like a metal band or just anything in that genre gets you more fired up than hip hop. You know what I
man.
mean? Like it's like battle songs. You know what I mean? Like you listen to like
Totally.
Iron Maiden before you go play a football game, like the biggest football game in the world. Like you got to get fired up.
But
I
is
feel like that.
is
you
that just because that's the style that we're more inclined to, like that it pumps us up? Because like the start of like Lose Yourself, Eminem, like that gets you going pretty good.
I think it all depends on what you're
True.
into, right?
I don't know, but I just feel like there's some. I don't know. I guess
Like,
again, I'm a metalhead, so I guess there's
Yeah,
something
like,
about
I
it for
agree
me.
with you. Definitely, it
Yeah.
pumps
But-
me up more.
I don't know.
Do you think they'll allow a circle pit at the Super Bowl? Like, say we're out there and Metallica, because they'll play something off Kill 'Em All. Are you not going to circle pit? Are you
I
not
don't
going to be
think
like,
they'll
oh my
allow
God,
people
this
out
is.
on the field like that.
If they did, I think it would be more like a contrived mosh pit.
No one wants
like
that.
Almost
No
Paid
one wants
actors.
that. That's way too SAWFT soft.
Or would they do like a reverse? You remember about 20 years ago when they were putting up the no karate in the pit signs or whatever because everyone's doing the karate or whatever? Maybe they're gonna go. They're like, no, we want karate in the pit.
Dude, how sick would it be if we started training circle pit police? Just go in there and every single guy that, you're gone. Boom.
yeah.
Get out of here. Learn. Be better.
Yeah, wacky waving inflatable 2-man guy, you're out of here.
So should
Yeah,
we get
wrong
Carl
spot.
Douglas to play the halftime show, and then we can play Kung Fu Fighting?
That would be pretty funny, too. Carl Douglas. That's who sings Kung Fu Fighting.
Yeah.
Man, the more we know. Hey,
Oh.
halfway through, want to get this out there again. Contact at dufferinave.com. That is the email. All right, be just like our friend Mabli Llorente right there. You can see him in the back with the mortgage group. Hit him up and join our family. All right, send us an email. Let us know what you want to do. The advertising is incredibly affordable. We are the voice of Saskatoon here. We are hyper local. Your message here gets out to this beautiful city of ours. All right, so you can do that, or you can check out the website as well with the perfect size Dufferin Ave Media Network logo right there. It's amazing. It's awesome. I like to brag about it because I told Royal Anders that I wanted for all of us a website that's very easy to navigate. And because of that, it is very easy to navigate. So all the love to him. Oh, I did it wrong. Ah! Who would have thought? What side of your brain is trying to do that? Is that like a double-sided brain thing, trying to figure the
Well,
camera out?
it's like it matches up instead of, but then it doesn't match up because
That's
your
what I
brain's
mean.
opposite.
Yeah.
That's a.
One day we'll get it. One day.
I don't
have
have the brain power to think about it.
Me either, man. It's too much. Matt from all the bands.
Yeah.
What's in the bag?
Should we
What's
go?
in the bag?
Okay, yeah. So I guess quickly to sort of tie this into our lifestyle. Or
Sorry, I
whatever.
really threw that at you. That's my bad.
But yeah, like heavy metal. Obviously, there's it's pretty obvious. The fashion is just black.
I haven't even had time to get my
Yeah.
sleeves off my new Taker shirt yet from Big Boy. Look at that.
Yeah.
I have to get these things off. They're really
Oh, yeah,
restraining me. It's like,
yeah, I thought something was kind of weird today.
Yeah, I
That's-
don't like
it's
it.
the
Maybe I could.
sleeves, yeah.
But then when you roll them up, you got it looks like I got, what are those called? Shoulder pads. Remember the shoulder pads that kids used to wear on their suit jackets?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I got one of those. Anyway, sorry, I totally threw you off again.
But
Continue.
yeah, heavy metal. It's a big part of it is like a lot of us are kind of like dorky collectors.
Collecting.
We're
Souvenirs.
You like getting the so. I'll just quickly say for when I play shows with Untimely or Into or Raven, which I like collecting things. So the top 5 things I like collecting. 1, the little lanyards. that
Love
you
a
get
good
at the
lanyard.
festivals, so you can be like,
Excuse me, I'd like to get by now. Yeah. Coming through.
always loved since we started playing collecting the show posters because I remember I was watching a poser disposer
Shout out to
jam.
Mirari. Hell yeah, dude.
And their
so
jam
good.
their jam room was just plastered with posters, and I remember being like, oh man, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. And
That's what we started doing over here.
Yeah, and it was the start of the inspiration, and so we've been doing that ever since. And now we've went over our walls, and now we've got more. We'll need to start doing something with them. But I always love collecting the posters, and I really like when the posters have the year on them too, because then you can be like, oh yeah.
Right back. It's a DeLorean that takes you right back to the exact moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got the lanyards, posters. A lot of the bigger festivals, you get these wristbands. So if you're playing a big festival, it's just a little wristband or whatever. So I'll collect those. A thing that a lot of the festivals have been doing now is they do the merch for the festival. So they'll have all the bands on either a shirt, or I've got a decent collection of beer now. Loud as Hell has the Loud as Hell beer
The
that they
signature
brew
beer for it.
every year, and then you've got your Untimely Demise or Into Eternity
So
on it.
sweet,
And
yeah.
I
Awesome.
always like that stuff. I don't know. That's probably that would be the gist of it. And then right here, speaking of collecting, I was looking
This is so
through
cool.
because
It's got a time
yeah,
capsule.
we're getting ready to guitar cases are time capsules. Yeah, we're getting
Legit.
ready to move them. I'd seen a box of Untimely Demise stuff, and there's some memorabilia, and then I was looking through my guitar cases. I found these old concert tickets, so I didn't look
My
into
network,
it.
Ryan. Thank you for everything. We love
right.
you. Cut him out.
No, we don't.
No. Okay. He worked hard today. Oh, okay.
Okay, so should we just start looking at these?
Well, I wanted to ask LB, did you ever get into collecting concert tickets? Because I had a
I
whole
haven't been
bunch.
to enough concerts to start a collection, but I do have a couple. Yes.
Yeah, the greatest concert I've ever been to, I've said this numerous times now, no effects and no use for a name in Edmonton. Johnny
Well, I think-
Factoid, my man Johnny Kong, who's been on this show before now, member of this family, him and I went down there, and I still have that one sitting around. And there was a couple other ones that I held really, really close to me. Obviously, so much so that I have them in a bag downstairs in the basement somewhere. But
And
they
a lot
are
of,
here.
A lot of tickets are moving digital too.
That's,
Yeah.
Right?
that's
Like, I mean,
another one I haven't
Like
talked
you
about.
don't even
You don't have your
you don't even
memento.
have a physical ticket. It's
Yeah.
just
You got to print off a piece of paper off a printer.
yeah.
We did that a few times with some of them.
Does
just
it feel?
Because I'm such a collector.
Yeah.
I need to have this.
Does it scratch
physical
the
thing.
itch?
No, it
No,
doesn't.
not even close, right? 'Cause it's
Well, it's like a different kind of paper.
And
and
Yeah.
it's got
it's
like a
just-
QR code
Yeah,
on it.
exactly,
It's
right? Like,
I
it's-
don't know. It's just
Yeah.
it's not. They gotta
Yeah.
look like this.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to go on this journey with
Yeah.
you because this is.
Yeah, let's see where we're
Hey,
at
watch
here.
me do this one. This is like
'Kay.
unearthing a time capsule.
So this one is, where would it say the year? Does it? Okay, this is August 29th, 08. And this is Lagwagon at the Odeon. So you remember
Oh,
that
I
was
was
with,
there.
I
I was
believe,
there.
Pennywise. That was the one that Noel had his little toe shoes.
The toe shoes in the pit,
And he's
yeah.
in the pit. We're like, man,
How
what
does
are
that
you
even
doing?
work? And not only that, that concert, we had a bunch of buddies get kicked out of that one, I believe, as well for being idiots. But it was such a fun show because back then when you went to the Odeon, it was like all of your buddies were there,
Oh, yeah.
and you were all packed like you were sardines. And they're like they had no issues. I don't know if we get allowed to say this, but no issues making sure that place was full.
Oh, yeah.
And you were close, and you could feel every single word to every song.
And
It was
just
like
that-
intimate and packed and just awesome. And Lagwagon, man, like it's Lagwagon.
Yeah,
Right?
I
Like,
think
come on.
Circle Jerks was on that bill too. If
I think that's right.
Okay, should I just keep firing? through
I
these?
think we just go through these and we all remember together.
Okay, so this is
Well,
November.
Well,
I mean, I was 3 when that thing
Okay,
happened.
that's fair.
Okay, so you're gonna be even younger here. This is November 6th, 05, and this is.
I wasn't born yet.
Okay, so this is Bad Religion with guests at Prairie Land Park. So I remember.
Who was with that one?
I remember I was working at the co-op warehouse at the time. That's about all. That's about all.
There was another sweet band with them too, and I can't remember now. But what was
Yeah.
it? Prairieland?
Prairie Land.
Prairieland had a bunch of great ones.
They did.
They
yeah.
were
Oh,
very well done. By the way, you can play along at home. I'm going to throw it up again because I just love it so much. If you have any old concerts you remember, send them in and we will give them some shout outs as we love, or even pictures of your old ticket stubs as you hold a memento of that wonderful time in your life. Get out of
Hey, this
here.
is
Sorry.
Gigantour with Megadeth, Prairie Land Park, January 19th, 08. So
That's
I
quite
be-
the
I
year in
bel-
08.
Yeah, I believe this one, Motorhead, was also on this bill too.
Ooh,
that would've been a good
Yeah,
one.
it was
Yeah.
pretty frickin' sweet.
And how close was Lemmy at that time?
to-
Like, when did he pass?
that was I'm
Was that like mid?
oh,
Mid-teens?
I'm gonna say in 2015.
Yeah, like mid-teens.
So yeah, probably like 7 years.
So he was still going. He was still
Oh, yeah.
Lemmy.
He died December 28th, 2015.
There you go. Nailed it.
Why
And how
does-
about that? That's like, you want to talk about a guy who just did it his own way. Like,
Oh.
what was his drink? A black tooth grin?
No, that's Dimebags.
Dimebags,
And
yeah.
that's,
And what was Lemmy's?
Lemmy's was Ryan Coke, but there was the story where Dave Grohl asked
is the
for a
one.
whiskey, and he's like, okay. And then Lemmy grabbed two 2.6s of whiskey, and he opens one, and then opens one for Grohl, and he's just like, oh, okay.
I guess
I
we're
thought I was
doing
getting
this.
like a mixed
Yeah.
drink,
No.
but guess we're drinking.
Bottoms
yeah.
up. And he would sit at the bar all the time, and
Yeah,
people
just
just
play
like,
his one-arm bandit.
yeah, and just hanging out, having drinks, hanging out with like, he's such a normal guy.
Oh,
and
and
then
he
he
was
goes in on a Gigantour. Amazing.
Ah.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah, he's a big collector.
So
he was a
sweet.
big collector, and he had a huge World War II,
Oh, yeah.
memorabilia stuff. But yeah, the guy played until 3 days before he died.
That's
and
what I'm
on
saying.
The last show, he looked kind of like he looked rough for the last year, but he was just,
Still going.
I gotta stop. I can't do this, and then just died
That
2
was it.
days later. But that's
Right to the end.
That's how you do it if you're a
Yeah.
rock and roll god.
Unbelievable.
Okay, we got Iced Earth with Symphony X and Warbringer. This is December 9th, 11. Okay, they're like a new wave of thrash.
Okay,
So like
that
when
sounds
Untimely
familiar.
Demise came out, there was like, again, we were like just a little bit under them, but it was like Untimely Demise. There's Warbringer. There's Evil. They're from UK.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of bands, and there was like some magazines that had did the new wave of thrash metal, and we got
That's so
tagged
cool.
into
That's
that.
so
We're like, "Oh, that's
sweet, hey?
But yeah, this was a fantastic one. And this one, I was sad because Symphony X, I love the band. Michael Romeo is just the most amazing
It's
guitar
a
player.
beautiful name.
Oh, yeah. And he's like from New Jersey, and he's like a bigger gentleman. And,
Even better.
And he just like smokes all the
Of
time.
course.
Tim Roth, like from
Yeah,
Intune,
him
they
too.
had actually toured with him. So he has a bunch of stories. Like,
Of course.
whenever Tim comes here, we need to get him
Yes,
on.
man, oh, man,
Because
the
he would
stories.
have all the
Yeah,
stories. But yeah, this was
absolutely.
we thought Symphony X was done, and we went out to go. And I believe it was like similar temperatures to this, like about a minus 30.
God.
And at the time, we were broke musicians, so we would just go out to the car and shotgun a few beers in between bands,
Yeah, as they
because-
tend to do.
because we like to keep on a level of inebriation. But
Yes.
yeah, so we thought Symphony X was done. And we went out to quickly go crush a few beers. We literally in minus 30, shotgun probably 2 or 3 beers. Came back. Tiffany X is still on. We're like, oh, damn it.
Made a horrible mistake.
That sucks. But we took it well because at least we were drunk. So.
Yeah. You just shotgun a couple beers. I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay, this one obviously has been in my pocket
Oh
a
my
long
God.
time.
I think that says Megadeth.
It says Megadeth, and it looks like I'm gonna say 2010, but I can't.
That's amazing. Do you remember that at all?
If it's the Regina one, I do, but I don't.
March 9th,
Nothing really-
2010.
March 9th, 2010. It
No.
might have been the Regina one. If that's
Nothing really stood out.
If it was the no, it can't be. Yeah, this one's too many beers at that concert.
That's fair.
Okay, we've got Iron Maiden at the Brandt Center. So that's
Maiden in Regina. Yeah.
That's April 08.
08 was a
It
good
was a
year
great
for a
year.
year.
So
Who was
this-
playing with Maiden?
I remember. So this was the Somewhere Back in Time tour. So it was like they were doing their actual best of. It wasn't just playing a bunch of the new songs. So like they played like Rhyme of the Age of Mary and a bunch of just a bunch. Yeah, it's like a 14-minute
That
song.
song is
So good.
so good. And you know what? I think that song, like, I love it even more because my grade 7 teacher would use it when he was teaching because like he liked that kind of music too. And like we
Absolutely.
never got to hear that in school, but he would use it as like a poetry thing. It's
So
like
sick.
That's
so
actually
love that.
yeah. Me and this 08. We had went to university a few years before, and Murray's English professor, who I had a class with,
Yeah.
he was an Iron Maiden fan, and he actually contacted Murray. He's like, "Yeah, would you be able to get me some pre-sales or whatever?" We're like, "No, sorry, man. You're
That
on your
depends.
own."
Can you get
Yeah,
this guy
it-
some higher
yeah,
marks or what?
exactly.
Yeah, let's do business.
Yeah.
No, I feel that.
I was sitting at a 53. Queen. Yeah. I don't know.
Now,
What can we-
sticking with Maiden, how close was that to the Power Slave show they did here with the big hailstorm? You remember that at SaskTel Center? Was that around the
so
same
that
time?
That would have been a few years later.
So
and-
it was okay. I was wondering. I'm
and
trying to
I-
put the
and that
timelines
was
into
that
my
with,
brain.
Dream Theater.
I believe so.
I think that was Dream Theater.
Was
and
it-
there
I
was-
just remember
yeah,
the
there was that
huge
thunder-
hailstorm
yeah.
that trashed a bunch of vehicles outside. They had the full Power Slave stage set up. Eddie was out in his like Power Slave like mummy outfit. Like it was really
But
cool.
yeah, that one was like they played a lot more of their. I think the Final Frontier was the new album
Yeah.
at the time, and I feel like they played a lot more of that stuff that time. Where I would say that first one originally. Oh yeah, but to answer your question, who opened up for that? It was Lauren Harris's. So that is Steve Harris, the Iron Maiden
Yeah.
bass player, his daughter, and so like everyone in Iron Maiden
No way.
standing for the first, and she comes on, and it was kind of like poppy metal.
Yeah, it's like this
it-
doesn't really
it wasn't
fit.
great.
And then you
so,
realize.
yeah, so everyone's standing, and then everyone starts sitting, and then the like claps kind of turn into crossed arms, and
It's slowly.
but I remember thinking like, oh, the band kind of sucks, but this guitarist he rules, and the guitarist is went into Judas Priest.
There
That's
it is.
that's the new Judas Priest guitar player when KK Downing left. So
Yeah.
it all makes sense now.
Of course, it comes together. And I'm just realizing this as we do this. How many people have wanted to take their collection like this and have a stage and have a voice and say, "Can you believe I was at this concert?" and have stories about
it's
this.
the
Like,
coolest thing ever.
I know Uncle Mike has a bunch. I'm gonna have to go find a bunch of mine, and maybe this is like a little segment we can start doing during
I think
the
I've got,
AOA.
I would have other
Oh, yeah.
like things of this.
And
just go through the
People
guitar
at home
cases
do
and-
too, and that's what I mean. Like, there's so many stories that go with each one of these tickets, which is so
'cause
awesome.
You
to me.
always need something to prompt that
That's it.
memory.
Well, this is why I
yeah.
do this. This
yeah.
is people always say like there's a lot of people within our family who say, "Why do you have all this garbage and all this stuff on there?" I'm like, it's not garbage. These are all conversation starters. This book right here, check this out. Buy now. Look at that. Look at that. That's my man, John Fast. You Can't Stop Love. Available on Amazon. Audio version. We're not sure. We're pretty close to having a poster. We're going to find out. And that audio version was recorded right here in the Tooth Booth. So people say, "Oh, what's this book about?" Go check it out, and you can find out. You can listen to it. Or my friend Patty, who just got back from Europe, she has a CD right here.
or if you have a book you want to.
Or if you have an audio book that you want us to do.
Thanks,
hit us
John, for
up.
letting us learn how to do it with you.
Yeah, that was freaking amazing. And then I got the shot glass from Grandma's, and this is from Patty as well. We got the Game Boy. We got all these different books and VHS tapes. We got mugs that we have from people. Shout out to all of our friends in Bigger, all right? Bigger, Saskatchewan. New York is big. That's my family.
Bigger has a fun airport. to fly
So sweet. Well, of course it does. Great golf course, great racetrack, everything. How about this? One of 1,000 right here. The classic Les Lazaruk bobblehead. We had him on the show. I'm going to be posting that hopefully today, that solo interview. We talked about his bobblehead and we talked about the quarter century team with the Blades. We got Curtis Anderson, who brought these bobbleheads. We have our other book from our All the Way Around table every Wednesday from Adrian Bellarson. We have Uncle Mike stuff. Like, all of these things here have a story, just like these. And that's what it is. If you want to come in and have a nice, sleek, clean look, that's fine. Be boring. We don't care. You do whatever you want. But this is where true conversations start. Okay? Like Pink Wig Foundation. We love our friends at the Pink Wig Foundation. Look at that. Right there. Okay? These things are all happening in this city.
Did you
of
find
ours,
your
and we represent
broadcasting certificate again? Too?
them.
Oh, there you
this
go.
one? The one I never start a show without, so you know I am legally
nice.
allowed to host a show. Right there, because I graduated.
Wait,
I
does that
didn't
mean I
actually
should have
graduate.
had one of those when I was hosting?
Everyone technically should, but we're pretty loosey-goosey with the terms here. 2001, 2002. I was enrolled. This doesn't say I graduated. It just says I was enrolled. I did not graduate. I was placed. It was very, very told to me that I failed horribly on my final. I didn't do any of my recording books. I was the worst student Don Scott ever had, and they said, we got you a job in Rosetown. Get out of here. So this is it.
And the rest
this
is
what's
history.
over. That's it. Yeah. And then I continued to not work a single day forever. And then we started here, and I've literally made up for all the work I didn't do over the last 41 years of my life this past year. I've worked more in like a month here than I did for most of my life. It's just insane. And it's so true. People talk about it all the time. And I've been told it a million times. If you put in the work, it will pay off. It's so simple. And it's so just like everything else. Treat others how you want to be treated. These simple little rules and guidelines. This place is proof. I have not worked harder in my life than I have here. And that's how we got this. And that's how we got to this point. So if you work hard too, that's all you got to do. And it's so easy to say and so incredibly hard to do.
Or you can let us do the hard work for you.
Or that's true too. We have people to do the work now. It's just really cool to see these stories and these sayings that you've been told your whole life to actually be true.
And then you just built this community. That's amazing.
We all did. I haven't done shit.
Now
That's the
I'm
other
meeting
thing.
up with childhood friends,
Shout out to
through
Jason,
the show,
my man,
through the show,
and
like,
Brooklyn,
haven't
and, like,
seen in decades. Like, it's awesome.
And it's the other thing that's very important if you ever want to bring a family together like this. No dicks, no assholes. You can't have bad apples ruining everything. Like even today with Network Ryan and I and LB, we had a conversation. He doesn't agree with what we want to do, but he understands that we're a family and we will make a decision to move forward. And that's it. It's like not talked about again because families, they can argue, but we still all love each other at the end. And I just realized we almost ran out of time with all this preaching we've been doing today.
And for no religion, you do a lot of preaching.
I don't mean to, I promise. I just get passionate because I'm in the middle of this incredible, amazing, it feels like a dream every day. It feels like a dream. I wake up in my Murphy wall bed, I put it up, make room, come out here, and I just continue chasing dreams, watching my friends create shows and thrive on networks and doing all this stuff that I never thought in a million years anyone would ever be able to do, especially me. What the hell do I know about any of this stuff? But here we are, we're in it, we put in the work, and now we're thriving.
It is awesome to see an idea from the conception of the idea, and then once it comes to fruition, you're just like, man.
Because I remember when you first brought me in here, like it was over a year ago now, and it was just this, garage with, random
Nothing.
boxes on the floor, and there was nothing, and you had this whole idea. I'm like, I think everybody was kind of like, okay, buddy, sure, yeah.
Well, the biggest
and now
issue,
we're here.
the
And you
biggest,
can feel the energy.
the biggest issue everyone had about being like, yeah, right, Gary, whatever, you're going to make this happen was I wanted to have the idea of a penalty hot box, which is exactly what it sounds like.
I remember when you had that
was what
idea, I'm
threw,
like, I don't know
that's
about
what threw
that,
everyone
but okay.
off. They're like, I don't know if this is a very good idea. So then I surrounded myself with smarter people, and then they made me realize, all right, maybe the penalty hot box isn't the best thing.
We suggest recording people ingesting drugs on live TV is not a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it would be off screen. You would just see the steam coming.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's all right.
Yeah, I'll just explain it right now. The idea was that if you said something dumb or something that didn't fit into what we were doing or something negative, 30 seconds in the penalty hot box. And
And I
you'd
like
go
how
in over there and you'd see the steam smoke out. Like, all right, you calm down, you better? Okay, get back in here.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy too. You say
Yes.
something done, then you go into the smoke
Yeah.
room, and
Yeah.
One day I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to incorporate it.
I don't hate
on
this idea.
a hot summer day when we can do it outside.
Yeah, we don't want to box the studio,
Yeah.
if you will. I feel you. I want to get through
Yeah,
these
let's
before
do
we
it.
finish.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, this one, Children of Bodom.
Ooh,
Okay, this is
here we go.
July 2nd, 2011. This one was, Oh, which one was this? I honestly, I saw Children of Odin a couple times at the Odeon.
They had a good run coming
because
through
I
for a
know
bit.
they had there was the one with Lamb of God, Mastodon, and Children of Odin, and they actually didn't play that one for some reason. So this one's not really ringing a bell as far as I can't. Other than it would have been a good show.
Oh, you mean
but
memory-wise? Yeah, I gotcha.
memory-wise.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got this is Rock 102 proudly presents
Woo! Shout out to Rock 102.
Anthrax with Death Angel and Testament. But I don't. This one. Okay, this was September 24th, 2012. Oh, at
I wasn't
That would have
there
been
yet.
Sastel.
Yeah,
That would have been.
yeah,
I was not there yet, so I wouldn't be able to get you tickets.
yeah. So that,
So that's how I like to remember. So I was like,
yeah.
how many different shows have I got people tickets for? That would be a fun stat to
Oh, yeah.
look into. I wonder.
You definitely got. Actually, no, we don't
Hey,
have time. Okay.
it's all good.
Okay,
We love our
Judas
friends there.
Priest. This one, Rexall Place, Edmonton.
Road trip.
This is looks like 05. So you were again. We're not alive. At this-
Probably. I was born.
Depends
late. I was
date.
born December 23rd,
October
2005.
20th, 05.
So yeah, I wasn't.
Okay.
Chances are, if it was between Christmas and New Year's, then
I
yes.
remember this one. We had a final the next day, so we drove to Edmonton, went to the show, and drove back that night. And halfway through,
That's so hard.
you know, like where it's like it's dark and you just see the
Yeah.
the strips on the road or whatever.
Keep
Murray's
between the
driving,
lines.
and then there's a deer on the road.
Oh.
So basically, we see it or whatever, and then it starts like acting erratic. So Murray had two options: either slow down, and he probably would have went just in front, we would have clipped him, or speed up. So he sped up
Oh no.
and went to the right, and like we missed him by probably like 2 inches, and we just like look at each other, we're just like, okay. And then we still had like 3 more hours to get
Adrenaline,
home,
it's
and,
like,
and we still had finals the next
yeah.
day. But that's when we really just were die hard, you know, to see the bands that we wanted.
That's
Okay,
it.
got another Gigant tour featuring Megadeth, Prairieland Park. Another one. This
You saw Megadeth a lot.
He's a
I've seen
huge
them.
Mustaine
Yeah, I've
fan.
seen them a lot.
I've seen them. Yes, I've seen them. That's okay. You know what? Let's save the rest because I think we're onto something here. We are on to something when it comes to concert tickets that you've collected and held on to. Like I can tell you, probably 5 or 6 stories
This
about that. No effects, no use for name one. What do you got? One more?
well,
Give
just
us one more.
this
Give us one
the
more.
final one. First time I saw Metallica, May 7th, 04 in at Sass Place, and yeah, that was a great show. It was with Godsmack. That's I remember. There was people throwing beer cups above us from the top, and
course.
right in front of us was like some HA dude and his like old lady, and one of the cups ended up hitting his old lady, and the guy turns around, looks at me and Murray, and we're just like,
Nope, up there. Yep,
Yeah.
not us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the Frankie's from here.
Okay.
Here we go. You ready for the magic?
Or do you want? Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go for it. Here I go. And we're playing.
You got it.
I got it.
Okay.
But trust in me, brother. We can do this.
It's not that I lack trust in you. It's that I
The
lack trust
system?
in myself that I've set it up correctly.
She's going and she sounds good. Short week. Man, oh man. We didn't even get. See, we're show planning 5 minutes before.
not bad.
We had extra. We have show planned for next week. I'm gonna make sure we tell Uncle Mike to gather all of his old ticket stubs, and we're gonna have some more storytelling with concert tickets. To LB, thank you for filling in. God, you did a great job.
Not really.
No, you
I
did.
didn't really do
Always does
anything.
a great job.
Dude, yeah. He's like me. He doesn't like getting credit, so that's a good thing. Beautiful. To Network Ryan, I know you don't like this, but him and you worked really hard to get up our new banner and our new advertisement for our friend Mobley Llorente with TMG. You can check them out there. They got the email and phone number 306-3705-805. Welcome to him as he joins the family and continues to help us all grow here and help the city grow in having a voice and having a way for you to get your word out. Very exciting. To our in-house friends, Jason Brooklyn, thank you. Always love seeing you guys. The Bamfords that were in here earlier, Caroline and Greg and Ryan. And Rick Van Dyke was in the house. How
Yeah.
cool was
Good
that?
to see him.
I really wish we could have got the Garden Talk music. It's probably
Yeah,
copyrighted. That would have been
probably.
awesome to throw it in.
That's a banger.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
he's coming up on the next run of the Bamford and Co. Beyond the Keys podcast. So be on the lookout for that. We will be back tomorrow. Another all the way around table. I got to check in. Hopefully we'll have Simon Hyatt back, Curtis Anderson in the house, Coach Mazer, and Coach AJ, the all the way around the world part of the all the way around table, as he joins us from Melbourne every year.
We got to get a guessing game on. Where's he going to be? He's going to be in the
Gotta be
Fresca,
fun.
the Subway, the coffee shop. Where's he going to be?
Yeah.
I had some Fresca the other day.
So good, so refreshing. I had something to talk to him about too, something Australia specific. So I'm going to make sure I find that before we get in there tomorrow. And then we will continue. Also, check out the Twitch stream. Tomorrow afternoon, we will be on River City Ransom with Uncle Brando, Dufferin Ave Media on Twitch. Remember, very important, we talked about it all day today. Do good things and they'll start happening to you, all right? I promise you, karma is very real. Have a great rest of your day.